Test, test. Is this thing on? Welcome back, everybody, to SJG Perspective. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's been a minute since I put a video up, and I'm glad to be back and getting some videos out to you guys. Please go to SJG Perspective and subscribe. I just got out of my lockdown from Facebook or from YouTube a couple days ago, and so it's really imperative that you guys don't trust YouTube anymore. Go follow me on sjgperspective.com. And there, it's always a good, safe landing place where I can get a hold of you if anything happens. I'm going to be making some changes, paring down some of the sites I think that I'm on. So stay tuned and follow me at sjgperspective.com. Tonight I want to talk about in this first segment the very expected and predictable move that the media and the powers that be that are pushing these draconian authoritarian lockdowns on all of us and wanting to continually take away our personal freedoms and our liberties and put us into a constant state of fear. What their very predictable move was, this, you didn't have to be any kind of a rocket scientist to understand what they were going to do. See, what's been happening is people have been getting sick and tired of the lockdowns, and they've been getting tired of the lies, and they've been seeing through that a lot of the stuff that we're fed through the mainstream news, the narrative that is pumped into us by our politicians, by our celebrities, by all of these forces that are around us, all the censorship that is taking place around any narrative that isn't absolutely the bought and paid for narrative, quite literally, it's all getting shut down. So what happens when people start saying, hey, wait a minute, I'm tired of my life work going down the drain. I'm tired of my businesses being closed. I'm tired of my kids not being in school. I'm tired of being locked in my house. I'm tired of you telling me that I can't do these things. We're not going to do them anymore. We don't see with our own eyes this terrible, fearful, holy crap. No matter how many times you tell us the sky is falling and how many people are dying in the hospitals, we just essentially don't all see that as a community of people, really. And so what have they got to do? They're going to ramp it up now. They're going to tell us, oh, there's a new strain out you got to be really scared for. You got to be really scared about because it's a new, more virulent strain and it's really dangerous. And wow, it's scary and it's here. And people buy it. It's so blatant. They know we're so stupid as a whole. They know people are dumb enough. They're going to believe that. And they're going to have that reaction, right? That evolutionary and instinctual reaction to just be like, and take care of themselves and hide and put themselves away and put themselves at a distance, right? But they don't want to critically think. What the news, what the powers that be, what these draconian lords, these draconian kings, these draconian leaders, authoritarian leaders over us, the one thing they don't want us to do, there's a couple of them, but one main thing they don't want you to do is critically think. They do not want you critically thinking, because critically thinking is good for you and it's bad for them. Because then all of a sudden you can dispatch all of these crazy insanities that they throw at you. For instance, on this new thread, right? The new thread that's out. Go here, it says, super COVID is in the U.S. Colorado man in his 20s, he's young, with no travel history, becomes the first American to test positive for the mutant strain. First detected in the UK, the mutant strain. It's scary, it's a mutant. It's a mutant strain. Strain. Governor Polis revealed mutant COVID-19 strain from the UK was found in Colorado. Case was detected in a man in his 20s who is now in isolation in Elbert County. The dude's probably like, I feel fine. Like, I don't even have a sniffle. Why am I in this lockdown? Because you, my good sir, are our new fear model. We're going to pump you out to every news article or news site that we can and make sure we scare as many people with you because you're 20. You're in your 20s. And you've got the new strain, and we don't know what's going to happen, so we're going to lock you down, and that you should be scared. The new mutant variant of the coronavirus has been spreading rapidly in Britain. Mutations may be up to 70% more infectious and more of a concern for children. Because the children have a 99.997% survival rate. Anybody under I think it's anybody under 60 or 70 has like a 99% absolute 99.99, almost 100% I'm fine rate. The I'm fine rate. I'm going to be totally fine rate. So they need to try to switch that narrative. So now it's much more dangerous for children and people in their 20s. Comes after millions travel to see loved ones during the holidays. And there it is. We told you not to go anywhere, and you decided to exercise freedom and your liberty and to think for yourself and to go out there and brave the COVID-19 coronavirus world. Well, guess what? Now you've really done it because you've brought back this mutant strain. You were not obedient. You did not do what we told you as your lords to do, and now look what you've done. The problem with this whole thing, though, guys, this one covers it too. Colorado reports first confirmed U.S. case of Britain's fast-spreading COVID-19 strain that sparked travel bans and lockdowns. The one thing we're not talking about, though, when it comes to this, right? The one thing we're not thinking about when it comes to this is that who cares? Who cares that it's more infectious? Because plenty of people have been also saying that it's also, no more deadly. Okay, so it spreads a little faster. Who gives a shit, right? No reason to worry. The World Health Organization says new COVID-19 strain found in UK is no deadlier and only slightly more infectious than others. But they don't want to push that story. They don't want to push it. The World Health Organization says that even the World Health Organization, the ones they bow down before and worship at their feet, right? Said, whoa. It's, we found a new strain. It spreads a little faster, but it's no more deadly. Should that again make us happy? Herd immunity, right? More people get it, they're fine, then they can't get it again. Just like what's been going on this whole time. But again, who cares? Who gives a rat's hairy bunghole about whether or not it's more infectious? It's no more deadly, right? And we knew since shortly after this whole thing began. We can go back and look at articles. I'm not going to pull them up for you, but a short Google search will show you that a couple months after this whole thing came, reared its not quite so fearful head, that they were already talking about mutants at that time, mutant strains of it. That they were talking about mutations in the virus, because guess what? That's what viruses do. That's why every single year the flu virus is a little bit different. That's why they're always kind of guessing on what the vaccine's going to be for the next year's flu cycle. Because they always mutate, guys. They love using that word to scare you, to make you drop little turdsicles into your underwear, right? They love to try to do that, to make you shake, to get grandma scared, and to get all these NPC, these people that don't think for themselves, these people that just, that sit and worship at the feet of the Fauci-s, right? The Faucis of the world that sit and worship at their feet. Trust the science. Those people don't actually trust the science, don't actually know anything, and don't actually think for themselves. It does not matter. It's common. It's very common for viruses to mutate. It's not a scary thing, right? Doctors are saying don't worry about it. The only reason they're doing this, the only reason they're pushing this, the only reason this is getting shoved down our throats is because people are waking up to it right now, and they want to push that down. They want to quell the uprising that is happening right now. That uprising is happening with people who are saying enough already. Enough already. Enough already. They're pushing back and they're wanting their freedoms back. They're pushing back and they're wanting their rights back. They're opening up their businesses. We have places like Sandy, Oregon, Malala, Oregon, I believe Canby, Oregon. I don't know if Canby's fully on it yet, but you look at them just nationwide. You have Open Oregon, this Facebook page, Open Oregon, that is talks about all the places that are saying, no, we're not doing it. We see all these business owners that have gotten lawsuits and then they rip the lawsuits up, or fines, and rip the fines up and then take them to court and typically win. Like you see what happened in, there was a business owner who did that in California. There's been business owners that did that in New York, here in Oregon, right? And they're winning because the law is ultimately on their side. And so people are rising up and uniting. And they don't like that. So they're scaring us with the new strain, the new mutant strain, right? I will say, I believe they're said they may be truly setting us up for a real bad one to come down the road here. I do kind of think that probably is coming. But we're going to know when we see it. See, that's the last thing I'll end on with this little video, is that you don't need people, you don't need authorities to tell you to be careful when you can see with your own damn eyes that some shit is bad, right? When you have contagion, like the movie, people are dropping dead in the streets and people are dying quickly and, bleeding out of their orifices and then, taking the old room temperature challenge. You're not going to have to tell people to social distance. You're not going to have to tell people to not go to work. You're not going to have to tell people to stay inside their homes. They'll do it on their own goddamn selves. But right now, that's not the case. So they have to manufacture the fear, manufacture the panic, and push it at us nonstop, because really this is the distraction of what they're doing to our lives and how they're changing our world and our lives and our countries. How they're taking away our freedoms little by little by little, and little by little by little they're doing it pretty damn quick. They're inserting this surveillance Orwellian state upon all of us, and we're willingly doing it, and we have been. Now people are starting to push back, and they don't like that, so it's a new scare tactic to come freak you all out. I'm here to tell you, don't be really worried about the new freaked out COVID strain. Keep your eyes upon you. Not that you can keep them anywhere else. Keep your eyes open. Pay attention. And if you're super worried and you're super fearful and you have comorbidities and you are in that vulnerable population, then take extra care. Take some extra space. We'll give it to you. But don't let the mainstream media F with your brain anymore and completely turn you up into knots thinking that the sky is falling again. When will we learn? When are we going to learn about the lies that they feed us? Right? All right, guys. That's about all I had to say on this little subject here. Please go to SJG Perspective. Please take a listen to my new song, Rise Up, that I have on my webpage. If you like it, download it. Give yourself, or give me a little... show me a little support, download the song, and share it everywhere. If nothing else, grab it and share it wherever you can. Just share and share. I would really appreciate it. And that's at sjgperspective.com. And until next time, without fear or animus, it's SJG Perspective. Let's all be less fearful and have less anger, right? Have less animus. I have a little bit right now towards the ruling oligarchy above us, and that's probably not going away anytime soon. But I would rather get next to my brothers and sisters, the citizens that are going through the same kind of sloshing through the same crap daily as I am, and uniting them and getting a common voice with them and rising up against those who are smashing us down. That's the only way it stops. Till next time, SJG Perspective. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great night. Bye.